Hello guys, how are you today? I almost went over and started this without removing the front screen there. So, boy, big happenings this last few days on the farm. Well, we've got the little fishing contest going on, so that's good. I got my fish over there. The milk area is getting sorted, but ooh, I've oh goodness, 340 freaking lime trees. Look at this, guys. Whoops, yo here. 200. Look. Do you see this? Operation Warehouse complete. So it happened the other night. I was at 199 and Twisty Maze wasn't around, so I just left it right through the whole evening. It was harsh, okay? And through the night, and I got up in the night a couple of times. I woke up and I came in to check on things, and he had been on the farm, but he wasn't there at the time. It was like, okay, just deal. The man has worked so hard for this. There is no possible way that I could allow myself to even think about clicking on that thing till he got here. So self-control. Oh, it was amazing. I have so much. Oh my goodness gracious, it was crazy. But it was good. It was good. So anyway, yeah, 200. Operation Warehouse is completed. It is done and behind me. And thank you, Twisty Maze. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you, Twisty Maze, again and again and again for all the work you guys have done to help with this. It's been a lot of fun. It has been a lot of fun. Now, the bad part is, it's like you get so excited. You go, oh, da-da-da-da, we did a thing. Woohoo, we're done, right? Yeah, no. And then I come over here and I have a look at this beast. And I'm only at level 35 and it wants 77 million. Now, you look up here and you get 200. You click one freaking time. Now, the next one is going to be closer to 80 or 83 million or something like that. And you realize that I've only got 2 more clicks for sure, and I would be broke. I wouldn't even have enough to buy crops for all of the fields. And suddenly the enormity of the next project slams you upside the head and leaves you just a little bit dizzy. Yeah. What can I say? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh. And you know what? A name just popped into my head for this section here beside me. It's going to be our test plot. Yeah, that's all it is. Nothing big and fancy. It's just the test plot. It's where we're trying out new varieties. We're seeing, how things grow in our climate, blah, 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 right? It's just the test plot. That's all I need to know. That's all it needs to be called, because that's what I've been on farms for. That's exactly what it is called. So I've got to do some bits of harvesting. I've got to get my head around the fact that, the pond filter is going to be a long freaking haul of doom. I think what I need to do now is really start concentrating on getting the rest of the farm, this whole center, north of the river and the western half of this farm. I think I just need to recycle all of it. Just recycle it, get it done, get it quickly out of the way, and then move on to getting the flowers lined up. Because the flowers, especially the high-end flowers, are going to be what make it possible. Without completely and utterly losing my head, to get that pond filter leveled up. Now, I think it changes over at level 75. I've heard 80. I've read 75. I don't know. You know what? I don't freaking know when it goes over, because I've never managed to get one that high. Do I? Okay, what do I have to actually plant? I think I have. Okay, we got some lime. We got some apricot. We've got yellow onions need to be planted, and I can plant them right now. But did anybody even notice the amount? Because 400. Okay, I got this. 400 yellow onions. Woohoo! So yeah, we've got, another stage done. I've got to finish the milk area here. I think the animals are pretty much complete. The horses are 98% done. The cheese and jam production though, and I think I was talking about this before. Now right now I've got them down around in the bottom left at the number 8 way shrine there in the where the staff area is going to be. And it occurred to me, you know, with the milk being kind of in the northern part in the center, and then the market in the upper northeastern part of the map, this is very, very inconvenient for the staff, right? They would be milking the cows in the Midlands sort of thing, having to haul the milk all the way down to the southwest, and then having it hauled it back to the opposite end, as far away as you can get, in the northeast part to the market for selling and for pickup, you know, company pickups and delivery and things like that. So I moved them. I moved the jam and, well, I didn't move them. I just bought more actually at the time. But I moved them to the northern end of the test plot. I thought I was going to have enough room to be able to put them there. And then I very rapidly realized that if I look at things in here, actually not even in there, if I put up a flower pot down, I very quickly noticed that I had at least two other flowers that aren't currently available that will become available during an event. And it's one of those times where, you know, random selection, I don't know, that they decide not to let you have them past the actual time of the event. So if you're going to keep them in my test plot, for example, then you've got to place them during the actual event, because you won't be able to get to them after. So I realized I had at least 2 more flowers in that particular situation. So there was a moment of, okay, my jam and my cheese production isn't going to fit there. And then I realized for this fishing contest, I had the, was it sardines or something? And the bass fish were sitting out in some random place where I was thinking about getting rid of them. And they're also, you know, they're also an event thing. And I thought, well, you know what? They're perfect for the test plot. So you saw that yesterday, but there we go. So I've moved those, the cheese and jam are going to be in that section that's undone just south of the marketplace. So I've got some extra, you know, goats and things in there right now because I was needing milk production. I've got little patches of goats all over the bloody place on the map. But I figured once the milk production kind of levels off now, once they get up to a few thousand, I'll be able to get rid of the extra ones and just let our milk farm, our dairy farm section get on with its job of, you know, keeping us up to snuff. But for right now, actually, whatever were the numbers? Milk has gotten to 68, and I am also back to doing the curry, which gives me more tickets. So that's a fish and milk food in the houses, is the curry. And I've gotten up to that, so that feels pretty good. That's okay. So we're at a point now where we're getting ahead of the game, and I'm going to need cheese, and I'm going to need, I've only got 1,400. And as we level these stations, the 5 stations there, I'm going to need cheese on occasion, at least a few hundred at a time. So 1,400 isn't going to last long either. So we have to get ahead of the game and still be able to get ahead of the cheese production issue, you know, the bottlenecks there. Although the big one is going to be money. I will probably always have plenty of time to make enough cheese because the money is going to take for freaking ever, right? And I'm going to do just a couple of little extra ones here and then call them done. Just to make sure we have enough to get over the 400 without the math and the games messing up as it often does. And it is now summer. I should be planting, you know, the shard, right? That's our biggest money maker. I want to get that to 250, and then I want to get the was it Cialis to 250. I'd like to get all the crops to 250 someday. That'd be pretty cool, wouldn't it? That would be pretty cool. I would like it. It would feel good to have one farm that is complete. I was on Air Dutch Farm, you know, my little community, my little Air Dutch Valley community with all the little farms and the campgrounds and the little forests and fields and things and blips and blobs, right? I was in there this morning for a few minutes. Again, checking on houses, because I'm, now it's not just what does it look like on the outside. Is it going to work on the inside for staff housing and for, the family house, what I needed to do for the family. But I was over there looking at houses again, and it feels, overwhelmingly busy. And it didn't at the time. I'm noticing that my farms are getting more and more and more simple, which with each new one, or more organized or more something. I don't know. I ended up recycling my first one because I felt it was, cluttered and whatever. And then Air Dutch was about basically redoing the same thing, creating a community, but doing it in a way that made, a little more sense and had some open spaces and had, the feeling that I was creating an entire valley with numerous farms and, the little main town area and this and that sort of thing. And it felt so much more organized and peaceful and just so much better than my first farm. It had all the same things, but I just felt like I'd done a better job of it the second time around. And then I come here with these big open flat fields and the canals, and right here you can see the water from the river off in the distance, and just the neatness and the tidiness of it, and it feels amazing. And then I went back to Air Dutch, and it was when you first load in and you look at the map, I was just like, what was I thinking? Actually, I still love it because for what it is, it's cute, but I feel like I want to go out and rip a bunch of things down, but then it wouldn't be true to what it is. But I think what's happening to me is, in real life, I'm much more of a country girl than a city girl. And I find living in towns are always too much for me. They're too busy. There's too many things. There's just too much going on. It's why I don't like shopping. Because you walk down an aisle and there's colors and the little sayings that are yelling at you, and the signs of a sale over here and the price over there, and this one's trying to get your attention and this one's the newest improved. There's just too many things. I find it exhausting. I feel like I'm being assaulted, and I feel that way in town most of the time, to be honest. When I'm living in a town, that is often how I feel, that it's just this constant assault to my senses. There's too many things. There's too much going on all the time. And I don't find it stimulating. I just find it makes me feel like I'm being battered or something. And when I look at Air Dutch now, that's what it feels. That's what it felt like to me this morning for a minute. And then I started looking at it in terms of, well, it's a community, it's a town, it's separate farms. People don't waste lots and lots of land. You have a house beside a house beside a house. Like that's what we do. We pack things in. And there, I did do the forest. I tried to, there's the little Stonehenge historical area. There are some open fields, where the travelers stop. And, there's different things going on that are trying to keep it quieter. But after the simplicity of just space, it was an assault to my senses. My lovely little farm was all of a sudden like, wow, I don't like it. It was a moment. I had to readjust, it was funny. But I'm liking this. I'm liking this farm. Oh, I built sort of. I'm not really happy with it yet. I built a wee forest. What have I done here? How come I have 100, but I shouldn't have 100? What was I recycling? I wonder. Let's try this again. I was clicking on something. I had more lined up than I knew I was going to, so that's bad. If you don't actually know what you're about to recycle, it's probably best not to. Yeah, see, I knew these were a little shorter. Not longer, shorter. Yeah, see right there off to the right, you can see the goats and the extra animals, and you know, a bunch of the jam and cheese stuff that I've just piled all willy-nilly over there until I get it sorted out. But so I just have to plant lots of chard, but I think the big push now is to get the flowers sorted. It's got to get tidy. It's got to get a lot neater, and I can do the cheese and jam later. I can do the, you know, the farming area, the farmhouse, the actual, you know, what's going to be the garden and their private place, their private little estate on the farm, and then the staff area and stuff. All that can be done after. I'll just make sure I leave big spaces. So there's plenty of room for it, and then get on with that after. But I think I need to get the flowers done, and I think the easiest way to do that would be just a massive recycle, because then I would be able to look at the flower list and see exactly what I already have. You know, what do I have, and what do I want to do going forward, and the more I look at the southern part here, I'm not entirely pleased with that either. We knew that was coming, right? It's like you look at it and you go, yeah, that's okay, that's the thing. And then you look at it again and go, yeah, but it's not the thing I wanted it to be. It's just a thing. It's not the right thing. So, dang. Oh well. So there may be a bunch of flowers recycled down there too. Or if I get everything else done, if I want to move one of them, I could just pick up the row. That's at least neat and tidy, and it would be quick and easy to do, right? Sure. I'm actually looking forward to having this farm feel like, okay, done now, and then just to be able to kind of sit back and play it, just to, you know, just play the game. No big goal in mind, just, oh yeah, relax for a bit. It won't last long, and I'll be on to a new map. I know this to be true. I want to go to the mountain map, or the river one. Maybe the river one. I don't know. That one's a little trickier to do anything big and important on somehow. But what level is my shard, I wonder? We are at 234. 234. Ooh, those are one of those fun numbers. Like 1234 in the day, right? That's such a great number. I love it when if you sleep in late, or if you're doing something through a morning and you reach that pause, done now moment, and you look up at the clock, and it's got to be, for me, weirdness. Okay, the weirdness of my head. I'm sorry, guys. You're going to get to see what I live in here in a second. It's like if you look at the clock and it's 12:34, you go, yeah, okay, whatever. It's just past 12:30. Yay. But if I've slept late and I just woke up, although I have to admit, waking up after noon at any point, it's crushing. I hate it. I don't care if I was up till 6 o'clock in the morning. It still feels wrong. But if you've just woken up, or if you've just finished a job, something you've been working on through the morning, or I used to teach, and you were supposed to be done by 12 or something, but sometimes I'd be working on something with a student or whatever. Whenever you've finished something is the point. You have to be able to finish a thing, and you go, that's done. I can put that behind me. And then you look at the clock and it's 12:34. It's just like, oh, this is perfect. I don't know why, but I know it is. It's just like, oh, that feels so good. It's like, it's a good number now. It's special. I don't even understand it. I just know it's been that way my whole life. 12:34 for the win. Except today, of course, the number of the day is Operation Warehouse 200. Oh yeah, that's the one that feels good today. That's the special one. And again, Twisty Maze, thank you so very much. Anyway, I'm going to quit this rambling through the insanity that is my brain, And I hope you guys are having a great day. It is Friday, I guess, right? We're moving into the weekend. The sun was shining here this morning, and it's still trying to be. So I think I need to get my backside outside with my dog. We're kind of at a point in the year where I know literally, and this is the thing, that every single time I take her out for a walk might be the last one for the next 4, 5, 6 months. And that's half the year. A whole great big chunk of your life goes by before I'm going to be able to get out with my dog again because of the cold and the snow. And at some point, it's just going to be the day that changes. And it gets cold instantly, and the snow comes, just pouring down in great drifts of doom. And that's it. The year's over for me and my puppers. So it's like any day that you can get out at this point. If it's not pouring down rain, and if it's a nice day, you feel an obligation to do the best you can for her and get your butt outside. You just got to do that. You just got to go. And I think it's one of those days. So I'm going to finish this summer worth of replanting shard. And there's Twisty Maze just in time. But for right now, I'm saying goodbye to you guys. I hope you're having a good weekend. I hope you're outside doing something fun for at least a wee part of it. Get yourself some vitamin D going on. Get a walk in. Get active, physical in some way. And then come back to the computer and have whatever fun you're going to have. Take care, guys. I hope you're having a great day. Until I see you next time, thank you for the comments. I am reading them, and the thumbs up, and the kindness, the follows, the views. You're wonderful. Bye-bye.